to write abstract, okay, then class, and then name of the class. Okay. So abstract keyword is used to create the abstract class. Okay. And while declaring the abstract class, you have to remember some rules. First is we cannot create. We cannot create the instance of that abstract class. Okay, that means we cannot create the object of that abstract class. Okay, and if we are declaring the um, or if we are inheriting the abstract class, okay, then that derived class must implement the methods that are declared inside the abstract class. Okay. Second rule is any class that contains at least one abstract method must also be abstract. Okay. Any class that contains at least one abstract method must also be abstract. Okay, so we can also declare the method using the abstract keyword. Okay, and if the class contains the abstract method, then that class is also abstract. Okay. Then methods defined as abstract will just be declared and will not have method signature. That is, method is not implemented inside the abstract class. Okay. That means in abstract class, okay, we can only declare the methods. Okay, we cannot implement or methods not have a signature in the abstract class. Okay, and where it is in derived class, we can implement that methods. Okay. Next rule is when inheriting from an abstract class, the child class must define all methods marked abstract in the parents class declaration. Okay, that means if we are deriving the class from the abstract class, okay, then that class must define all methods. Okay, must define all methods marked as abstract in the parent class declaration. And these methods must be defined with the same visibility or less restricted access. Okay, that means if that method is declared using public, okay, then you can implement in derived class using the public visibility or the less restricted access method. That means using a private or using protected. Okay, that means if the abstract method is defined as a protected, okay, then the in derived class where you are implementing that functions, then it is either a protected or public. Okay. Hello. Then in derived class, you can define it using the protected or public access specifier. Okay. Then the next rule is the number of required arguments must be the same, or the child class may have optional arguments in addition. That means the abstract method which you declared in the abstract class, it having two arguments. Then in child class, minimum two arguments are compulsory. Maximum you can add any number of arguments in the child class. Okay, so these are the rules. Okay, so abstract class is what? It is a class in which at least one method is abstract. Okay, in PHP we can declare it using the abstract keyword. Okay, and that abstract class can contain abstract as well as non-abstract methods. Okay, in abstract class, abstract method is we can add abstract method, or we can also add non-abstract methods. But remember, if there is any one method which is declared using abstract keyword, then that class must be a abstract class, or you have to declare that class using the abstract keyword. Okay. And use of abstract classes are that all base classes implementing this class should give implementation of abstract methods declared in the parent class. Okay, that means the methods which are abstract in the abstract class, their implementation details must be available in the class which is implemented from the abstract. Okay, an abstract class is a class that cannot be instantiated. That means we cannot create the object of the abstract class. Okay, so clear about the abstract class?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll see one by one what is the meaning of these actual rules. So first we'll see the syntax. Okay, so this is the syntax for declaring the abstract class. abstract class and then class name. Okay, so abstract is the keyword, class is the keyword, and the base is the name of the class. So you can give any name to the abstract class, and inside the abstract class you can add abstract methods and non-abstract methods. So this is the non-abstract method. So we can declare it using function and function using function keyword. Okay, then name of the function, and we can pass 0 or more arguments. Okay, and non-abstract methods we can define. We can write the definition of non-abstract method inside the abstract class. It is allowed. Okay, but the function which we declaring using abstract keyword, that method, that function is called as the abstract method. Okay, and we cannot define it. We can just declare it inside the abstract class. Okay, so what is the syntax? Abstract, then the visibility mode, you can add public, private, protected, access specifier, then function keyword, and then name of the function. So this is the abstract method, this is the non-abstract method. Okay, clear it is?
Yes, ma'am.
Syntax. Now let's see with the help of example. Here, create. Now first we create a one class. Class student. Here it is abstract. Okay, abstract class. Now in abstract class, here I'm declaring one method. A function display. This function we are using to display the simple message hello. Now, okay, now here student class I have declared using the abstract keyword. So what we can say, this is student is the abstract class. Now you see the first rule. What is first rule is saying? Creating an instance of abstract class is not allowed. Okay, now let's see whether it is really true or not. Now here I am creating the instance of the abstract class. Instance means I am creating the object of the abstract. Okay, and using this object I am trying to access the display method. Where display method is displaying the welcome message, hello message on the screen. Okay, now open localhost, DDAC and Azure. Now see bracket error. Where it is? Sorry, it is a class. Now see, it's giving the error message at line number 9. So which one is 9? This one is line number 9. And what is the error message? Is cannot instantiated abstract class student. Okay, here this statement is representing what? It is representing that we are creating the instance of the student class. Okay, so it is not allowed. Our first rule is saying creating an instance of abstract class is not allowed. Okay, so this is not allowed. Here the first rule. Is clear it is? Student. Yes. So this is not allowed. Okay, then how we can access this display method? How we display this message on the screen? Declare one more class. Okay, and inherit this abstract class in the second. Okay, so using the object of that class, we can access the methods that we are declared inside the abstract. So here I'm creating one more class, defining one more class. Here I'm extending it from student and function. One using this and here is the correct. So currently. Okay, now here is the object of marks, and here we can call the find method. Let's see, first we'll see whether it will execute the error message. Okay, now it is showing hello message. Now see, student is the abstract class. Okay, marks is one more class and it is derived from this student class. Okay, so if you want to access the methods of the abstract class, you can access it through the methods of the derived class, because here I have created the object of the derived class, and using that object I am accessing the find method, where this find method I am using to access the methods that I have defined inside the abstract class. Okay, so instead of creating the object of abstract class, create the object of the derived class, and using that object you can access the methods defined inside the abstract class. Clear it is now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So note down this. Function that I have defined in abstract class. This is the non-abstract method. Now look at here. I'm defining one more method, declaring one more method using the abstract get data or get data. Okay. Now this get data is the abstract method. Okay, so that's why no definition is here, only declaration. Okay, now see, again error, line number 4. That's it. Sorry, function word is missing. No? Now see, it is showing the error message. What it is saying? Class marks contains one abstract method and must therefore be declared abstract or implement the remaining methods. Okay. Now here in student class there is one abstract method. Get data is the abstract method, and marks is the derived class. Okay. So our second rule is saying, not second, third rule. Method defined as abstract will just be declared. Okay, so here the method get data is the abstract method, so here we are just declaring inside the abstract class and will not have the method signature. Okay, that means it is not implemented inside the abstract class. This is the second rule. Third rule, when inheriting from an abstract class, the child class must define all methods marked abstract in the parent class declaration. Okay, so marks is the derived class. Okay, we are deriving it from the abstract class. So in this derived class, there must be the definition of get data. आपको get data को implement, compulsory implement करना है inside the derived class. That is the fourth rule. Okay, clear? Understand third and fourth rule? Now see again, third rule is saying methods defined as abstract will just be declared and will not have methods signature. Means here, this is the abstract method. Only declaration must be there, no implementation inside the abstract class. This is the third rule is saying. Okay, what is fourth rule is saying? When inheriting from the abstract class. Okay, that means marks. Marks is inheriting the abstract class, student class. Then the child class must define all the methods marked abstract in the parent class declaration. Means inside the mass class, you have to implement this method get data. Otherwise, it will show the error message. यहाँ पे वो error message दिखा रहा है. Why? Because inheriting the student class and we have not implemented the get data. So that's why it is showing the error message. Okay, clear? Third and fourth rule.
Yes, ma'am.
Now here I'm implementing this get data method. How to implement? Function, the name of the method, okay. And can add anything. And here you can call it using the O. Okay. Save this one. Execute. Now see, it is not showing error message because we implemented the get data inside the derived class. Okay, and we are accessing that get data using the object of the derived class. So that's why it is showing that message on the screen also. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So note down this one. Second rule हमारा रहेगा ना. Any class that contain at least one abstract method must also be abstract. Any class that contain at least one abstract method must also be abstract. Okay, so now what I'm doing here? Now here I'm removing abstract one. Okay, now this is my student class, and in student class I added one abstract method and one non-abstract method. Now let's see. Refresh. Now see, it is showing the error message. What error message is? Class student contains one abstract method and must therefore be declared abstract. Okay, that means if inside the class, if you are declaring the abstract method, then you have to, it is compulsory. That is, that class is also declared using the abstract key. Okay, clear? Second rule. Any class that contains at least one abstract method must also be abstract. Okay, so here the student class you cannot declare it without abstract keyword because it is having one abstract method. If you are declaring, then it will giving such error message. It will give such error message. Okay. Here, second rule.
Yes,
Now, here, fourth rule, there is one statement is there. The methods must be defined with the same visibility or less restricted access modifier in derived class. Okay, and the number of required argument must be the same, or the child class may have optional arguments in addition. Okay, we'll see that. Now here, what is the meaning of the fourth rule? If you are declared this function using protected keyword, okay? Using protected keyword, okay? Then in derived class, you can define it using protected keyword or less restricted access modifier. That means if it is protected in the abstract class, then in derived class it is either protected or either public. Okay. So let's see. Execute हो रहा है कि नहीं? Save. Now call to protected method. Here outside the class we cannot access get data is the protected method. So here it is giving the error message. So what we'll do? Here. Okay. Now see here get data it is declared using protected keyword. So in derived class we also defining it using protected. It is allowed with the same visibility is allowed. Okay. Clear this one?
Yes.
Now I am updating. Now आप उसको अगर प्रोटेक्टेड है तो डिराइव में प्रोटेक्टेड या लेस रिस्ट्रिक्टेड एक्सेस मॉडिफायर से उसको डिफाइन कर सकते हो. तो प्रोटेक्टेड और पब्लिक से उसको आप डिफाइन कर सकते हो. नाउ लेट्स सी एग्जीक्यूट हो रहा है. Yes, it is not showing error message. That means public is unsolved. Means in abstract class it is protected, but in derived class you can define it using either protected or using public. Okay. Now suppose here I am declaring using public. Okay, and obviously here you can declare using the public also. Yes, it is allowed. Here it is public, and in derived class also it is public. Now I am trying to define it as a protected. Now see it is showing the error message. Access level to mask get data must be public because protected having the or it is a highly restricted access modifier than the public. Protected is highly restricted access modifier than public. So we cannot define the public abstract class as a protected in the derived class. Okay, इस statement का meaning क्या है? With the same visibility or less restricted access modifier. सबसे highest कौन सा है? Private. Private के बाद protected. Protected के बाद public. ठीक है? तो अगर private है तो in derived class only private. ठीक है? अगर protected है तो in derived class अगर private है तो in derived class you can declare it using private, protected and public. अगर protected abstract class में है तो you can declare using protected and public. But अगर public है तो only public access modifier you have to use in the derived class. Okay, so this is not allowed because here it is public and protected having the high restrictions as compared to public. Okay, now I am taking private. Okay, so private if it is declared using private तो यहाँ पे भी आप private कर सकते हो. Okay, now let's see. Cannot be declared private. Okay, so we'll try protect. Sorry, I forgot. Private is not accessible. Na? Private is not accessible anywhere. Only protected and public we can apply. Okay. So abstract class को private declare करे मत करो. Protected and public. Okay, because private is accessible within the class itself. Outside the class is not allowed. Okay. Here it is given cannot be declared private. Okay. So clear about the fourth and fifth rule. Not fifth rule, number of required. Okay, clear about the fourth rule?
Yes.
Okay, now we'll see the number of required arguments must be same or may have a optional arguments in the child class. So here, mm, here I'm taking for $R. Okay, here, okay. Mm, I'm initializing our error at $R. Okay, and here I'm displaying get data. See error. Line number 13, it is giving error message, missing argument 1 for marks. Yes, we declare it is, na? Here, get data. Now to call and you have to pass the value. See. Okay, now here in definition of abstract declaration of abstract class, I am passing one argument. So it is compulsory. If here you are passing one argument, then in definition also you have to pass one argument. Okay. So that's why I am initializing this roll number using this abstract method. Okay. Now, so here this is compulsory. If one argument, here you have to pass one argument. If you are passing two arguments, then here compulsory you have to pass two arguments. Okay, but the number of arguments in the derived class is not compulsory. Okay, minimum one is required. Means this argument is required here. Okay, after that you can pass any number of arguments. Suppose I am passing one more P. Okay. And here I am initializing this. So here I am passing A7. Now we have to display. Save and next. And 22. But it is not working. Okay, that means this rule is not working here. Remove this rule. Okay. So only remember, if you are passing one argument, here you have to, in definition, you have to pass only one argument. Okay. So remember that. More than one argument you cannot pass, it is not working. Okay, so clear the rules of the abstract class. Anybody having any doubt? Yes, कैसे डिक्लेयर कर सकते हैं? Instead of class keyword हमें कौन सा कीवर्ड यूज करना है? इंटरफेस कीवर्ड. Okay, and in that class, in that interface, only we have to add the prototypes. Only we have to add the prototypes or declaration of the functions. Okay, and some of the characteristics of an interface are: the interface contains no data variable, only constant variables are allowed. In interface class, we cannot declare the variables. We can declare only constant variables. Okay. Then an interface consists of methods that have no implementation. That means inside the interface class, only the declaration of the methods. Okay. All the methods in interface must have a public visibility scope. Okay, the methods that we are declaring inside the interface class, we have to declare it using the public visibility. Okay, interfaces are different from classes as the class can inherit from one class. Okay, interfaces are different from the classes as the class can inherit from one class, whereas the class can implement one or more interfaces. Okay, what is the difference? एक क्लास को हम अलग अलग क्लासेस में इनहेरिट कर सकते हैं. जैसे सपोज स्टूडेंट क्लास वी कैन inherit in marks class, we can inherit in sports class, we can inherit in uh, ID details or library details class. Okay, but interface using more than one interfaces we can inherit in one class. Okay, more than one interfaces we can inherit in one class. That means we can define the marks class by inheriting first interface, second interface, third interface, and dot. But that is not allowed for the class. Okay, so these are the some characteristics of the interface. Now this is the syntax how we can declare create an interface. Okay, so using interface and the name of interface. Okay, so this is interface one is your class. Okay, but it is not a normal class, it is an interface class. Okay, and these are the two methods that we can declare inside the interface. We cannot define. Only the definite declaration is there, and all the methods must be declared using the public access. And you can also declare the constant variables inside the interface. So this is the declaration of the interface, and how we can implement. Now see, suppose class name is one of the derived class. Okay, it is implementing interfaces. Okay, suppose there is interface one is one interface, interface is another interface, and you want to inherit the properties and methods of the interface one and interface two inside the class name. Then how we can using implements keyword. Using implements keyword. Implements first interface name, comma second interface name, comma dot dot dot. Okay. And in this class, we have to define these methods of the all interfaces. Okay, so this is the declaration of the derived class. Class name is the derived class. It is actually derived from the interfaces. And this representation, or this is called as the multiple inheritance. It is actually not allowed for the normal classes. Okay, here how to create and how to implement the interface. Here it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here I have given one more example. Interface int name one is one of the interface. Okay, int name two is one of the interface. Now both are the interfaces. Okay, but this second interface I am extending it from the interface one. Now that means second interface can be inherit the properties of interface first interface using the extend keyword. It is allowed. Okay, and one more class is there, class name, and it is implemented from interface 2. That means This class is actually implemented from interface, first interface and also from second interface. Why? Because second interface is extending the properties and methods of first interface also. So that's why we can say it is also implementing using both the interfaces. And in this class, we have to define the all the methods that are declared in second interface and that are declared in first interface. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, so tomorrow we'll see with demo how we can implement this. Okay, so now I'm taking the attendance.